Welcome back to another episode of Reddit Reading on Media Mania. On today's episode, what seems like a scam, but isn't. Downloading Java looks like an internet virus downloader. Java runs on 3 billion devices. When I got my first PC and downloaded Minecraft, it said I had to get Java, and I was terrified of possibly downloading a virus. Programs that help you save for a down payment on a house. I used one of these. They had me take a class on personal finance, open a savings account with the bank the program was through. Then they matched what I put in every month up to a certain limit, so long as I used it within a year, to make a down payment on a house. At the end, I walked away from that program with a check for nearly 12 grand and closed on my first house a couple weeks later. Free Steam games. I already have more Steam games than I can play in my lifetime from the summer sales without getting into free games. Research studies. Such an easy and sometimes fun way to make a couple $100 in an hour or two. Microsoft Rewards is too good to be true. I don't know why. Well, the catch is that you have to use Bing. Credit card points and rewards if you pay off your bill every month. Public libraries. You get to take books out without even paying money. It seems like a scam at first. Some libraries ask you for your address and where you work or study to ensure you're in their catchment area. I have to bring in proof of my address too, and then I can take any book I want as long as I promise to bring it back? Wait, I can take 14 out? And ebooks too. And if you don't have what I want, you'll get it from another library or even buy a copy for the collection, just because I fancy reading it. I have been using libraries for 46 years and still haven't found the catch, but I'm sure there is one, any day now. I even became a librarian to investigate from the inside. The hero we need, but maybe not the one we deserve. Free ducks at parks. You can just grab them. They're not really free, because they come with a bill. Never have I ran into a pun that hard. Think I've got a concussion. Geez, you mean a goose egg? I used to work for Sears. The protection plans actually really helped a lot of people I sold stuff to because no appliance companies make stuff that lasts anymore. About 10% of our stock was DOA, and the manufacturer warranty was so thin you could sneeze on a dryer and you'd be out of luck without the protection plan. It sucked, but I was upfront and honest about the reliability, and I, a young, brainless teenager, held the highest sales and fewest returns the entire time I worked there. We had a guy that used to only get paid on commission for 10 years join the force. He couldn't hold a candle to my numbers, and he was so mad. But yeah, protection plans. Scam of the past, necessity of the now. Sucks, but better to be with it than not. I sold protection plans at Kmart. Some of them were a little ridiculous, but they probably could have helped some people. I realized that a $3 protection plan on a pair of $10 headphones is a little ridiculous, but I used to go through headphones like water. If you bought that $3 plan, the price was rated for the cost of the item, and pretty much all electronics had a plan attached to them. You could have brought the headphones back in any condition and gotten a free pair for only the $3 cost of the plan. This was also before online shopping, and they actually honored their plans. Some people actually do need the protection plan for items. Other people do not. If you have kids or pets, you probably need the protection plan for stuff. I cringe at the times a child has thrown a Wii remote into a TV or a pet has put their paws on a TV, but a protection plan could have solved these things. Yes, if you have kids, everything gets more expensive. If you live alone, and you are the only user, and you aren't a klutz like me, you probably don't need a plan for your stuff. Amazon offers some pretty cheap protection plans for stuff. I got a $4 one for a set of headphones myself, and I never buy protection plans. I don't either. 4K video downloader is actually not a scam, or the YouTube to MP3 websites. Those are great. I assume they're loaded with ads, but I have a blocker installed. Class action notification emails. I've gotten many checks in the mail because I was party to a class action lawsuit. The check is often for less than the postage they paid to send me the check. I get yet another and threw it in the trash without even opening it. Later I decided to take a peek so I could have another story about a ridiculously small payment. Turned out to be several $1,000s for the case where Bay Area tech companies were conspiring to not poach each other's workers. Hear me out. When I was in my early 20s and was just starting my career, I thought the employer match 401k thing was some hidden scam that would be more expensive for me. Like, why would a company just match your contributions and give you free money? I did not have great financial education or help in my younger years. If you're young and haven't started doing this, do it. It's not a scam and it's legit. Oh man, I have this one. I live in North Carolina with a pretty famous rich guy who likes giving money away. My brother and I drove past a bank advertising free money inside. He wanted to stop, but I said it was probably something stupid like a credit card. Turns out it was the YouTuber handing out literal hundreds of cash to anyone who came inside. I still can't watch that video because it makes me so frustrated with myself. Play Test Cloud. It's a service where they pay you for recording yourself playtesting games and giving feedback. It's not like other apps where you have to use it for months just for a $5 gift card. They pay you per playtest session anywhere between $8 to $13, 100% legit. And I earned about $20. Plus I was sent more games to playtest that I never tried. The proof is that I used that money to buy Steam games. The young woman who just won the Oregon COVID vaccine lottery of $1 million said they texted her that she won. She immediately asked family if it was a scam. I legit would have never received the funds had I won. Yeah, sure, buddy. I won the lottery. You're blocked now. Tires. You're careening on concrete and asphalt at velocities not meant for land animals in several thousand pounds of metal and polymer. Pay the money, and for the love of God, don't buy retreads. Mystery shopping. I make $300 to $500 a month doing it. Do you want to do a cameo? Do you want to come explain to everyone what mystery shopping is?
Okay, so mystery shopper is someone who comes in to the store and they buy stuff and like they're doing their normal thing, but they're pretty much there to make sure that you're doing everything right and your store can get graded on it and you can get docked on it and stuff. It's also to test for most places loss prevention. So if like someone can haul off with stuff, or how good the customer service is, or even if they have proper end caps, if it's like a grocery store.
That's really, really cool. Thank you for telling me that. Hopefully we'll get more cameos from her in the future. While it's generally not practical to fill your tires with nitrogen instead of regular air, filling the spare tire with nitrogen is a good idea. People always forget about the spare tire, and as time goes by, it does deflate. But with nitrogen, that's slowed down quite a lot, and because spare tires tend to be less robust than regular tires, nitrogen handles sudden weight spikes better. In my opinion, a much better idea is getting a 12-volt tire pump. They're like $20 or $30. You tuck one in with the spare, and they can pump up your tires running off the car's electricity. If your car can't provide electricity, you have bigger problems than a tire. The slot machines at the car wash. Every time I put $1 in, I win 4 quarters. Traveler's insurance. You never know when a global pandemic will tank your vacation plans. It still feels like a scam when you insure your honeymoon for double the $6,000 it cost. And then COVID hits when you're in Zambia, and they tell you that acts of God aren't covered. Wow, what happened after? We ended up being able to make it out of the bush to Lasaka, and absolutely drained our bank accounts, and charged a ton to a credit card to make it to Ethiopia, where we were then able to hunker down for 5 days before being able to get on a very expensive switched flight itinerary back home to DC. Door dashing in Riverside, California, making $1,000 a week for like 28 hours of driving time. I think that's going to have to do it for this episode. If you guys enjoyed this, feel free to give us a like and a subscribe. It helps us out a bunch and lets us know what kind of content you guys enjoy seeing. Until next time, peace.